So for the last few weeks, I have been on my game. I mean, on my game. The Cowboys have nothing on me, you know? That one was just for my partner. But this week I have undone it not once, but 2 different times, and I am feeling it. So today we are going to prep and get ourselves back on track. So I am prepping produce, I am prepping ingredients to make it so much easier for me to put meals together so that I don't have to eat out and, you know, life will go back to being good. So nothing to it but to do it. So let's go. I'm starting with my chickpeas because they are definitely going to take the longest. So I am working with 1 pound of chickpeas that I soaked overnight. These guys are dry, did not come out of the can. But if the can is easier for you, then just do that. So I'm going to cook these guys for 28 minutes in my Instant Pot and we will be good to go. So we have our chickpeas going because they are going to take the absolute longest, followed by the sweet potatoes, which we're about to work on now. So I have my cutting board all ready to go, and I'm going to bring them over on my baking sheet, which is already lined. The oven is preheating, so we've got this party going. Let's get these guys cut and into the oven. I have my 3 beautiful sweet potatoes here that I have peeled, and now I'm cutting them up. And comment down below and tell me if you are equally as terrified about cutting hard veggies like this, like pumpkin and sweet potatoes. I am always afraid that the knife is gonna slip. Can you relate? Can you? So the only seasoning I'm gonna add to the sweet potatoes is just a little bit of Ceylon cinnamon. And if we wanna add any salt or anything later, we can, but this is gonna give it a really good flavor. I'm just gonna mix this up with my hands, and then into the oven these little babies go, and they're gonna cook for probably about 30 minutes or until they are nice and tender. I'm rinsing my quinoa, and then I'm gonna throw these guys in a pot with some water, a little bit of salt, and let them cook for about 15 minutes or until they're done, and then we're gonna come back and give them some more goodness. While my quinoa is cooking, we are jumping around and moving over to celery because of all the produce I'm gonna prep today, this one is definitely gonna take the longest, but it's okay. My life will be so much easier because I did this now. So I'm going to prep 13 bunches of celery, and this is gonna set us up for at least a couple of days, but it'll be so nice to have. Our sweet potatoes are done, and I am just giving these guys a toss and making sure that everyone is nice and tender, and they smell so incredibly delicious. And right on time, our quinoa is ready. There's still a little extra moisture at the bottom, but not to worry. So I am throwing in the zest of 1 entire lemon, the juice of half of a lemon, a little more salt. I'm gonna give all of that a stir, and oh my God, this quinoa is going to be so delicious. I don't know about you, I am not an enormous fan of quinoa, but this one is really good. And right on cue, our chickpeas are done. So these guys are nice and tender. The camera is fogging up, and that's okay. We're gonna let them cool, and we're gonna go right back to our celery. So I am just agitating these guys. I wanna make sure I get all of the sand and the yuckies off. I'm gonna give them a rinse, get them all cut up and put into our containers and thrown into the refrigerator. And then it's on to some of our greens. So I'm cutting up 2 heads of lettuce. I have 1 romaine and 1 green leaf lettuce, and I'm gonna throw those in the sink in some soapy water. To that, I'm adding 1 bunch of parsley and 1 sad cucumber. So everyone's gonna get a little bath, and I definitely forgot to take the sticker off of the cucumber, but it's okay. I will take it off as soon as we're done. I'm gonna give my lettuce a really good rinse, throw it in the salad spinner, which is my absolute favorite part, and then put it in the storage container, and it'll be so nice to be able to grab and go every time I want to have a salad. So with my cucumber, I am just going to cut up half of it. The other half I'm gonna reserve for a different recipe, and it will also be really nice to just be able to scoop the cut up cucumber out of my little container, throw it in a salad or a wrap or whatever the case, and go on from there. And next up is my broccoli, and this broccoli is so crispy and so delicious, and I just love throwing it into salads or into rice or any other dish. But this is really nice to have on hand as well. And some of these little pieces, like the bark pieces, will go for the dogs and they love them as treats. But again, so nice to have this stuff prepped in the refrigerator. I cannot rave enough about having this. Mangoes. So we did have a few mangoes that were just on the cusp of going bad. So before they do that and I forget about them, I want to just get them cut up and thrown in the refrigerator, because again, I can use these guys in a salad, or I can just snack on them and it'll be a really quick thing to grab, and I don't have to cut it up. I don't have to do anything. It's already ready to go. I am finally done, and I am so incredibly happy, not just because I'm done, but because now it is as easy as going into the refrigerator, grabbing my ingredients, and throwing a meal together, and nothing, and I mean nothing, brings me more joy. So part of the reason why I love food prep so much is because it does prevent me from ordering out when I am starving, because that's typically what happens. So I will have all of my stuff ready to go, and everything is nice and clean and crisp and just waiting to be devoured. So I have my celery, all of my lettuce greens, my mango, my broccoli, the sweet potatoes with a little bit of cinnamon that gives it like the most perfect flavor, my chickpeas, the lemon quinoa, cucumber, and my lone bunch of parsley. Tune in next time when I show you some of the goodies that I make with these ingredients. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up, you subscribe, and you click that notification bell, because all of that really supports my channel and it means the world to me.